And right now, let's talk about this drop-down box. And that is what we call as loading option or load mode. So the thing is, the idea of JPM in general is that poses don't get wasted, right? Once poses are created, we can do a lot with it, right? So yeah, so that's why we create these three loading options. So for the normal, it's a simple thing, right? We save the pose and then we load it, right? But the thing is, poses should not be able just to be loaded later, but poses should be able to be used as a building block to build a brand new poses with it in the future. So that's the reason why we add the additive and the subtractive, right? So let's try our additive. Okay, now let's bring another pose, right? So let's bring all the pose, the body pose, and as you would notice that this is an extra thing that we remove the ubiquitous duplicate poses, because now we don't get like double pose 1 to 5. It's a clean 1 to 10. So yeah, that's another thing. And so let's build a brand new pose, and then I want to create like a sitting pose, right? And before I have created this sitting pose, which is great, but right now I want to create a very kind of a slightly different sitting pose. So let's modify this sitting pose. So let's bring the leg a little bit to the front and then move the arm a little down, right? Something like that. And we gotta also change how the hand are posed, right? So let's say this one, it looks like she's kind of holding something. So right now I want to create the sitting pose where she is grabbing something instead. So let's bring our hand pose, right? So this is our hand pose. Let's import it. And now we've got our hand pose. Now with the additive, we can use our hand pose to build, to add on top of our full body pose. So let's use our curl, maybe grab, and then flip it. And then we can save this pose, right? And let's call it body pose sitting 001, right? So that is our pose. And yeah, now if we load it, now if we go to rest and we go to body pose sitting, we have created a brand new sitting pose. And we don't, to build it, we didn't build it from scratch, right? We basically build it with this existing body pose 9, right? The sitting pose. And then we tweak it a little bit, and then we add on top of it with this grab hand pose, right? So this is basically the basic function of the additive mode, is to build a new pose with existing poses, right? So that is the function of the additive. So the next thing is the subtractive. So let's go back to our rest and let's go back to our normal, and let's say that let's see, now I like this hand pose, right? The body pose statue 3 is a full body pose, but let's say that I like the hand pose on this full body pose. So the functions of the subtractive mode is to extract a small portion of a bigger pose. So I want to, with this subtractive mode, I can extract just the hand pose out of full body pose. So let's do that. So let's load body pose 3, right? And then let's load our hand pose rest, and you will see that it will go to the rest mode, and then change our loading option to subtractive, and then reload our body pose tree. Now let's go back to normal, and now we can save it, and we can save this brand new hand pose, and let's call it hand pose 001, for example, right? Now we've got our brand new hand pose. Now if you go back to normal and then you go back to body pose rest, when you load this hand pose, you will notice that now we have successfully extracted the hand pose from this full body pose to this only hand pose. And this is the building block that we can use for our additive, for example. Now, so let's say that, let's create another sitting pose, maybe with this one, but now we can change the hand pose of it by using additive again, that and that. Now we can save it as body pose sitting 002, right? Now, yeah, so we've created that. So yeah, now we've got that and we've got this. So that is basically the loading option, right? So the loading option is, yeah, that's the great thing. So the poses don't get wasted, and you know, like, we can do more with poses that we have created or the existing poses, and we can use that to build the next new poses, and that's the function of our loading option. So yeah, that is our loading option.